In the year 2020, our family was set to embark on the adventure of a lifetime, living our Parisian dreams and exploring the European countryside. But as we all know, 2020. Instead of letting it get us down, we set our sights closer to home. Here in the rolling hills of Nashville, Tennessee. Little did we know our adventure was right in front of us to create our very own Chateau Americana.
Hello everyone. So we just wanted to put out a little something in between our first little video that we did and the video that we're gonna be putting out on Thanksgiving Day, and that is how can you set your Thanksgiving table. Just a very quick, easy, free, you can do this with no cost, to just help you upgrade your Thanksgiving table and just feel a little bit more cozy and warm during this 2020 holiday season or whatever holiday season you're in. So I'm just going to walk you through a few different steps of kind of what you would need, how you can find some stuff, and then just show you how to put together three little table sets. One being a circle table, two being a rectangle table, and three just being a super minimal circle or rectangle table. And it's basically just using those. Right there, there's your minimal look. How can you do this at no cost? Well, what do you have around your house? Or what do you have outside of your house? I am going to show you a few different clips of areas that you probably have overlooked, but would be great for your Thanksgiving table. Okay, so here's an example. Look at all of this beautiful dried dead stuff. It will make your table look stunning, and it's free, and it's probably in your backyard or your front yard or maybe your neighbors. Tons of different dried greenery around in these October, November, December months. They're great for Thanksgiving. So just look around your house, your neighbor's house, your neighborhood. Maybe drive around and see if there is some empty fields that are now dried up. I promise you there are some beautiful dried pieces there, and there's even beautiful little white florals that you could probably find, or dried up flowers, and they are stunning. A lot of this dried stuff as well will last a long time, and you can actually keep it. So these dried hydrangeas, I'm pretty sure these are from a few years ago, but they dry amazingly, and you can keep dried foliage for a long time. I love to put it in my Christmas tree. We'll show you that in a couple months or next month. My few tips is to not just go and grab everything you see. I would say find 3 to 4 different types of foliage, bigger ones, smaller ones, so that you can just have a smaller piece to pick from. Okay, so this is what I've got for my table. I did just show you some options and ways that you can find your own foliage from around your neighborhood, your house, maybe just a quick drive down the street. But this is what we've got. We had a dinner in October where we used some corn husks, some wheat, we actually had a lot of pumpkins. And so I'm just using some leftovers from that. But anything dry and kind of harvesty looking will be great for Thanksgiving. So what I've got, and I've got little Ada here, corn husks. We got these from like a pumpkin patch. So I don't know if you're in your area, there's still any of those. They're probably gone, but if you know anyone with a farm, I'm sure they would have some of these that they would love to give you. And then also from those videos I showed you, there's a lot of foliage out there that can mimic a corn husk. And actually, this is kind of big and chunky, so I don't know how much of this I'll use, but they actually have skinnier pieces that look very much like this in nature. And then I have some wheat. I do love some good wheat. I've got kind of like a greeny color, one that has some dark brown on it, and then just like your normal wheat color. Then we've got dried hydrangeas. These were actually in some other decor around the house. Dried hydrangeas are an amazing plant to have because then you can cut them off and reuse them and dry them and they last forever. I'm gonna also use these little vases or bottles. I love the smaller mouth vases because personally, I just love the more minimal look. This is what we're gonna use to show you how to set a table. I'm gonna do a round setting, a rectangle setting, and then I'm just gonna do a setting where you could just use some bottles. Honestly, if you have like wine bottles, any color, like especially browns or clears, just take the label off or even leave the label on and just put some of this dried stuff in there and you will have a beautiful centerpiece. I love saving my wine bottles and using them for vases. I'm also going to show you a more minimal one that you can use these vases or even a bigger vase for just one simple little table display, but it'll take your little Thanksgiving dinner just up a tiny little notch. Just a couple tips. Whenever you are creating a tablescape of any sort, you want to have a few different layers. For this table, we're going to have the different sizes and colors of foliage, and then also we have our bottles. You can also add in, if you have some fruits around or pine cones or little magnolia pine cones, they're really intricate. Or those little green hedge apples. I'm not sure what the actual term for that is, but that's what we call them. And you can just add in those and that gives your table more depth. The other advice that I would give is to also, if you're not sure of how much, do you want to say something? If you're not sure of how much to put of something on the table, always do odd numbers. 3 is great, 5 is great, 7 great. You're probably going to want to put like 3 to 5 of, especially if you're thinking of jars or candles, little three different bunches. It's always good to do that in odd numbers. And just remember that creativity is creativity. That's what it is. Whatever you put together is going to look amazing, and just adding that little bit of extra effort to your Thanksgiving table will be noticed and appreciated and will bring so much joy and life into your holiday season this year. And it is taking these bottles or these little skinny milk glass vases, or even if you just have one vase, taking that and just setting it in the center of your table. I would suggest, if you have a round table, to yes, cluster. So just put them together. This is just those decorations that I had in the circle table, and just do that. Like, that's such a beautiful, minimal tablescape that you can do, but will just elevate your table again to just make it feel a little bit more homey. But then also, if you have a rectangle table, you could still honestly just cluster them together, or you can just spread them out so they kind of have a nice flow with your eye. This one right here might be a little too tall for having a good conversation with the person across from me, but again, I love it. I'm not afraid of doing that. And the other thing is, all of these vases have three of something. This one has a corn husk and 2 wheat. This one has the hydrangea, the little hot dog guy, the corn husk, and same with this guy. Stunner piece is going to be the dried hydrangeas. So make sure you kind of have that one focal point piece that people are really going to look for. This guy just draws your eye. And then you've got your little extra pieces, that just your filler pieces that you always need to just kind of help fill it out. That's a few easy ways that you can upgrade your Thanksgiving table this holiday season, and you really don't have to overcomplicate it. I promise you can find all this stuff around your house for free. Get your kids involved. It'll be super fun. Honestly, just grab a bunch of leaves and scatter them on the table. Put some, other little pieces in, and there you go. And it'll really just upgrade your table and make your home just a little bit extra cozy. Kind of give your Thanksgiving dinner, lunch, breakfast, I'm sure it's a whole day affair. Just upgrade your tables a little bit and make your home just a little bit more inviting, a little bit more cozy, and a little bit more memorable.